Hey everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Hit subscribe so you get all of our Texans content right here at Sports Map Texans. Lance, Dan Orlovsky, and Dan Graziano are both putting CJ Stroud in the MVP conversation. Right now, it's Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Tua Tagovailoa as the front runners for MVP as we speak right now. Do you agree CJ should be mentioned right now? And if not, what does he need to do?
I think it's a little bit early, honestly. He's coming off a fantastic game. The two before it weren't great. I think 3 of his 8 games have been just kind of so-so. The first one, game 6, game 7. It's nice. I mean, the fact that you look at the statistics and it's 14 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, 1 interception it's pretty impressive. I think he's having a great year. I think that's a lot to put on the shoulders of CJ Stroud, because now the expectations right now are as high as they've ever been. It's not even, it's really not even close. What would he have to do? Well, the team has to win more. They got to win better. You got to be better than a 500 record. So you're going to have to get to double-digit wins, which I don't think anyone thought that was going to be possible this year. Now with the record the way it is, I don't think it's crazy. You could legitimately be 6-2 right now if you just took care of business in the last minute of the game defensively. Yeah. So, John, I think that what he would have to do is continue to throw the ball like a veteran, put stats up like a veteran, and have his team win like those quarterbacks' teams are winning.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like Coach of the Year where you exceed expectations, but you know what? CJ is exceeding expectations, and that's getting him into the conversation. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in football, and because of CJ and D'Amico and a lot of other things, but in large part because of CJ, they are a 500 team. You're right, they do have to win more. It's usually best player on the best team in a lot of cases, but I think CJ at the end of the year is going to finish in the top 5. He continues to play this way, he will be a top 5 MVP guy and a lock for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is he a top 10 quarterback right now in your mind?
I think he's right there. You have your standards that you're going to throw the Burrow, but I'd put him ahead of Russell Wilson. I think for me, I would probably put him ahead of Jared Goff, but maybe that's not fair. I may just, a lot of this may be recency bias. Look, would I have done it before he threw for 470 and 5 touchdowns? I may not have. I would have probably put him in the top half, but that's where I wanted CJ Stroud to be. I wanted him to be a top half quarterback his rookie year, because it's probably only going to go up from there. But I think saying top 12 actually feels kind of safe. I don't know if top 10, if I would say top 10, but it's certainly a discussion to be had. And when the season is over, I think if we have it again, that answer may end up being a yes.
Yeah, he didn't have great games against New Orleans or Carolina, but in Carolina, he brought them back in the fourth quarter and gave them the lead, only to see the defense give it away. He did it, again against Tampa in the fourth quarter, a drive with 46 seconds
Atlanta.
left. He's been Atlanta. He did the same thing, and the defense gave it up at the end. So while his numbers haven't been spectacular, I don't think just this week is giving us the idea that CJ should be up there. We've been seeing it all season long, I think. And it's just 5 touchdowns and 470 yards, just as spectacular. But he has been, I'd put him in. Listen, he's one of the top 10 guy for sure that I want on my team. Whether or not he is, I would take him over some older guys that maybe are ahead of him, but I would certainly take him over Jared Goff because I just want him around as opposed, first of all, the money and Jared Goff. I would certainly take him. The Texans have had one 3 o'clock game, 0 primetime games this year. On Christmas Eve, Deshaun comes here. The game that's scheduled on Sunday Night Football is Denver and New England. I could certainly see a flex with the Texans and the Browns, who might be fighting for playoff spots.
Yeah. Well, I think if they're that game is going to get flexed. The question is who's going to go there, and so you have to look at the schedule. If there is playoff implications and it's Deshaun, they're coming to Houston, right? Again. Yes. Deshaun back to Houston, CJ Stroud on a path, which may be a clear path to offensive rookie of the year. Both teams may be fighting for playoff spots. The past quarterback versus the current quarterback playing against an Ohio team, and he played at Ohio State. I could absolutely see that being a flex game if things trend in that direction, without question.
Yeah. The one other game that possibly could be flexed is Cowboys and Dolphins. They play at 3 o'clock.
That one's sexier, and that one may be, two Super Bowl caliber teams. So it'll be interesting.
You would take out a CBS game for a CBS game. They would move down to CBS, Denver, and New England, both AFC teams, as opposed to the Fox game.
Right.
So we'll see. We'll see whether or not they do that, but it'll be interesting. Interesting to see whether or not the Texans finally get flexed. If they keep playing like this, I could certainly see it go. Prime time, baby. Get in prime time. And then CJ, MVP. It's done.